Hey guys, all the products you see in this video can be found in the description down below. Hey guys, today we have the DJI Air 3S and the DJI Avata 360, and it's going to be a comparison, and I'm going to tell you what I think about both these drones, who they're for and who they're not for, and which one you should get if you're trying to compare this kind of a drone versus this type of a drone. We're going to start with the Avata 360. All right guys, the Avata 360 is DJI's latest drone, and it is a 360 drone, which means it captures footage on the top and on the bottom. And guys, let me tell you, this drone is the funnest drone I've ever flown by far. Much funner than the Air 3S, and up until this, that was the funnest drone I've ever flown. And the reason this one is so much fun is that it's just immersive. You wear those goggles and you're just flying around, and it's as if you're like riding on top of a dragon or in an airplane, or if you're the bird. And even cooler, because you can just turn around and look behind you. Not even like a bird can do that probably, right? Well, maybe, I don't know. But the fact is this thing is just fun, and you can get shots that you cannot get on any other drone with this drone. Because it's a 360 drone, you can reframe everything in post. Meaning you can fly by like this, and in post you can make it look like a shot that you did this. Or you can make it look like a shot that you did, like a crazy flip or something. Or you can make it look like you did some kind of a spin. But no, you didn't do any of those things. You just flew straight across. It's really, really cool. And it's fun just flying this drone. Sometimes it's so fun that I forget to record. Like, that's how fun this drone is. So that's what this drone is, guys. It's 360. I'm not going to go into all the details about all the specs and everything, but just basically, guys, it is really good quality. It can do things that no other drone can do. The funnest thing about it is having that first person ability to fly with the motion controller, and to kind of just be able to look around as you're flying and just see the world around you. Is just absolutely incredible. And the fact that you can do things with this drone, get all those different shots that you can't do with any other drone. I mean, you can, but you have to take multiple shots. If you want to get this shot rotating around, you got to take that shot. For example, real quick. For example, if I want to rotate around an object, I have to actually rotate around that object like this. Okay, that's one shot. That's all it's good for. I can't do anything else with that shot except for this rotation. If I want to do a flyover with this drone, I have to actually fly over that object. Okay, if I want to just go like this, past that object, I have to actually go like this. And after I get home, put it in my computer, that shot is exactly what it is. Whereas with this camera, guess what? I can fly by like this. And in post, I can go, I wish I would have had a shot that looked like this. Well, guess what? I just rotate the scene on that 360 camera, and I have that shot. And if I want to be looking that way on that same shot I just rotate the camera that way, and I'm looking at a shot going that way on that shot. If I want to do a rotation, I just take that shot and I do a rotation. That one shot can do any number of different shots, and they can all change. I can look straight down, I can look straight up, I can look to the left, I can do a rotation this way, I can do a rotation that way, I can do a backflip, I can do a spin. It really is infinite, okay? So that's the strengths of this camera and what this is good for. Also, guys, it does have a single lens mode. And what this is mostly good for, in my opinion, is it's mostly good for, like, it's going to turn it more into like an Avata 2. Now, the Avata 2 is going to be able to do a bit more than this as far as manual shooting and different things and doing crazier flips and all that kind of stuff. But this is a 360 camera, and it does have the ability to kind of do the same thing as the Avata 2. You flip it into single lens mode, and now it becomes, well, it'll go this way, I guess. And now it becomes a single lens camera. It's more of just a first person view, and that's awesome. The other cool thing with this drone is it works with both the goggles and the motion controller, as well as the RC2, which is awesome to be able to have both those options. I, of course, prefer this. It's just so much fun, and it's incredible. But if you're looking just to get really good shots and be really precise, and you want to be able to see the drone and the screen while you're filming, the RC2 is incredible for that as well, and it's awesome that it can do both. All right, guys, let's get to the DJI Air 3S, okay? This drone has been my go-to drone for a while now, as far as being able to get the greatest quality shots as possible. The fact that it has two cameras, one is 1-inch sensor, and then the other one is a 3x zoom. I believe it's 24 and 78 millimeter lens equivalents. I absolutely love this drone for getting out there and getting the best looking shots as possible, because it's just the quality of this is going to beat the Avata 360, okay? And that's what this is for. This is really meant to get out there. And that has a 1-inch sensor as well on both top and the bottom, 4K, so 8K total, right? But this is just a lot better. It's hard to explain unless you look at them side by side. Honestly, if you're not really like a pixel peeper, you might not really tell that much of a difference unless you're like a really like flying drones all the time or doing other kinds of photography and videography. You might not be able to tell the difference, maybe, right? But what this has is it has this gimbal, and then it has 2 different cameras. Like I said, guys, one's a 1-inch sensor. The other one is a decent sensor as well. And it's just incredible to be able to switch back and forth between those two. The wide view and then the zoomed in version. It kind of gives you a really nice like separation from the background on that zoomed in version, and it's incredible to have that. But the gimbal just gives you this really smooth footage that is just incredibly sharp. The colors are amazing. And the 360 camera is smooth as well. Okay. It's just different. It's just a different feeling because you're kind of zipping around and you're going up and down and you're flying. It kind of gives you more of a sporty feeling. You can mimic this with that and kind of edit that in post. All right, guys. So in the end, which one is for you? It depends on what your goal is. Okay. If your goal is to get the best footage possible, as far as just normal standard filmmaking with really smooth gimbal stabilized footage with, you know, being able to zoom with an actual lens that zooms. And then, because when you zoom in and out, like for example, this is 8K, but when you zoom in and out on this, it is a digital zoom. So you are going to lose megapixels and video quality when you do that. Whereas on this, you have that 3 times zoom, and that's lossless. It's not a digital zoom, it's an actual lens that's giving you that zoom, which is really nice, super awesome. And guys, just the footage from this is going to be a lot sharper, a lot more clear, but you don't have the fun that you have with this thing, and you don't have the ability to get some of those shots with just one shot. That is really the strength of this, okay? If you're looking for a drone that's just the funnest drone as possible, and then you don't really care about making the most, you know, professional, greatest, sharpest stuff. I mean, you could probably do some great professional work with this as well. Don't get me wrong, it is good quality. I'm not saying it's bad quality at all. That's not what I'm saying, okay? If you're looking for something that's more like an action camera where you're going snowboarding or you're going to be doing like flips and like rotations around cars and over cars and around snowboarders and, you know, or maybe, I don't know, whatever it is, more like an action camera, you know, where you get those really cool flips and like the more dynamic up and downs and zippy footage, I would go with this one. And it's just really fun. If you're looking just to have fun, guys, these goggles, I forget, like I said before, I forget that I'm filming sometimes. This thing is just so fun to fly as a first-person drone, okay? This thing right here, it's fun, but I'm making films when I'm filming this. I'm not out there necessarily to have fun flying a drone. So it's a completely different tool, okay? Can you make really great films with this? Can you make really good footage and just take really good shots with this? Yes. But it's also just a really fun toy, really, is what it really is, okay? Whereas this thing right here is more of a professional filmmaking tool, and that's what it's going to do. Is it going to be as fun as this? Definitely not. The footage is going to have a little bit better colors. It's going to be a little bit sharper. You have that zoom, but on this, you have all those crazy things, being able to retrace everything in post and map everything how you want to map it and be able to change perspectives, taking one different shot and getting all those different shots all at once and not having to worry about missing the shot because you already have it. That's what this is for, okay? Anyways, guys, which one do I recommend? Like I said, it depends. And that's going to depend on what your goal is. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. They're both amazing. They both come with a lot of really great accessories, and they both are easy to learn. I just happen to really love this one for how fun it is, and I love this one for the great quality of that lens, the zoom lens. And guys, the battery life, just real quick, this one thing I want to mention. The battery life on this thing is around like 45 minutes for each battery. I do have 3 batteries, so that's a long time of batteries. Whereas this one, each battery is only about 20 minutes or so. So if battery life is your biggest concern, this, you know, it's something to kind of consider, I guess. But yeah, whatever your goal is, guys, you can't go wrong with either one of these, but just consider if you're looking for more sporty 360 footage with the immersive experience with those goggles and you just want to have a lot of fun, go with this one. If you're only needing a tool to get the best footage possible and you don't need those flips and that sporty zippy stuff, go with this one. Either way, I highly recommend both these products. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton. Have a good day, guys.